Texas State's Bobcat Buzz Club wants to raise awareness about the importance of bees.
Beekeeping is becoming a lost trait and skill in society in general, and we lost 6 species of bees are now on the endangered list, so it's important to begin to foster for the bees and learn to take care of them.
Members interested in beekeeping get hands-on experience to learn how to raise bees.
Here are the wonderful doings of a beehive. They're busy away and they're building honey, eating honey, and making honeycomb hives.
The club is also responsible for maintaining the bee garden. Members get together to remove weeds, set compost, and plant new plants for the bees to enjoy.
It's good to know as a hort major what things will help benefit the environment, like what plants to plant, like native species that'll help like the honey population, help like the bees, and just know certain like pollinators kind of stuff.
For the Bobcat Buzz Club, saving the bees is as simple as zipping your suit on and putting your beekeeping hat on. For Bobcat Update, I'm Dalia Moreno.
For many students, Black History Month is a time to reflect on the past and work towards the future.
And if it wasn't for Black History Month, people wouldn't know a lot of things that happened.
The Office of Student Diversity and Inclusion wants to make sure all students know they are important in the Bobcat community.
We have our USAC organizations who set up their trifolds, and students are able to get more involved in student organizations, so it's very student-oriented all the way around.
SDI hosted the Martin Luther King Freedom March and celebration earlier this month to kick off Black History Month.
We started off with our MLK March, so students marched from Old Main here to the LBJ Student Center.
Several student organizations are holding events. The Black Student Alliance is hosting its annual desegregation picnic this Friday, and Naturally YOU, a women's organization, also has events planned.
I'll be volunteering at a women's shelter to help them clean up around and, help just volunteer, do anything that they need us. And then we're also having a day in the quad where we're selling homemade products to benefit the women's shelter as well.
All Bobcats are welcome to attend the events this month. It's a time to celebrate to learn more about African American history. For Bobcat Update, I'm Dalia Moreno. Student government has partnered with a group called Not on My Campus to find ways to prevent sexual assault at Texas State. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men will experience sexual assault while in college. However, not all victims file a report. Reports may be filed online and anonymously. Having such a system has contributed to a 50% increase in reports, but a disparity exists between the number of reports and the number of victims who are actually willing to cooperate. Panelists at the event agree that more can be done to educate students. The Hayes Caldwell Women's Center is a source for education in San Marcos.
I wish we didn't have to be talking about what rape culture is. I really do. I really want us to talk every single day about how we can increase the amount of respectful behavior on this campus every single day.
Officials say bringing more men into the conversation is also crucial to bridging the gap.
So it goes a long way to hear more men actively say that we can stand up against it, because I don't like the stereotype for my own gender, and nor do I want that to be perpetrated by anybody else who identifies as male.
For Bobcat Update, I'm Dalia Moreno.
Dalia Moreno joins us now in the studio for a weather update.
What's the weather looking like, Dalia?
Well, Christian, it's a beautiful day here in San Marcos. It's nice and sunny. We're currently at 74, but as we take a look at the Texas forecast, we've got Amarillo at 59. Dallas seems to have gotten over the thunderstorms from the weekend, and Brownsville is at 83 right now and currently the warmest. Now, if we take a look at the national forecast here next, we've got Seattle at 53, New York at 58, and it might as well be summer in Miami. Now let's take a look at the southeast region though, because we have this low pressure going on and it's brewing up quite the storm. We have tornado watches for Georgia and for South Carolina, so we're definitely going to want to take a look at that.
When I was younger, I definitely always wanted to be a mermaid. I mean, what little girl doesn't? there were always days that I would go and swim like a mermaid in the pool, like normal girls do. I mostly started out just for fun. I had always wanted to be a mermaid, found out that it was possible, so I ended up just deciding, well, why don't I just get a tail and go swim in the river? I just decided to start opening myself up to the public, and then that kind of branched out. I made my own mermaid page, and that one got a bunch of likes. People just kind of started flocking towards it. On the days that I decide that I want to mermaid, get my stuff, get my swim top, put on maybe some mascara or eyeliner, depending on what I'm feeling like that day. If I want to get real fancy, then I might put on some lip stain. I currently have 2 tails, so the orange and the green one, and it's hard to pick between those. This one has a monofin inserted inside, so it's basically like a sock. You just slide your feet in here, and then you pull it up around your waist like a skirt. And I'll show you how that works. So there you go. Now this monofin is actually not the highest quality of monofin that you can get out there. There are some that are made with carbon fiber or plexiglass. There are a lot of different designs out there that will give you more propulsion or more stiffness, rigidness. But this one I like just for the, the costume effect. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and set my feet flat on the ground here and pull it up above my waist. There we go. Get all situated. Alright. So now I'm just about ready to get in the water. At the moment I can hold my breath underwater for about 2 minutes. My ultimate goal is 5 minutes, but we'll see if I can do that. I only have a few tricks right now for underwater, but the ones that I really like to do are barrel rolls, which basically I'll just lay on my side and flip over and over and over underwater. My other favorite one is just doing a bunch of backflips underwater. For the most part, all the feedback that I've had from mermaiding has been really positive. I think the only negative feedback that I've gained was from little boys who constantly say, mermaids aren't real, you're not real, that's not a real tail. But all you can really say to them is that it may not be a real tail, I may not have been born with it, but I still feel like it's a part of me. Another big part of what I hope to get out of this is to know that our community will be safe, that they'll be able to go out here and know their limits, know how far they can push the river, because the river will push back. I think my favorite thing about swimming in the river is the reactions on the kids and the parents' faces. It's not every day that you see a mermaid swimming in your local watering hole. So whenever a little girl comes out in her Ariel swimsuit and sees Ariel swim up to her, the look on her face is absolutely priceless. I mean, there's nothing else that could make me as happy as that. I really just want to be able to be myself. I think that's part of the reason why I decided to become a mermaid in the first place, is because whenever I was younger, I never felt like I was allowed to be who I was supposed to be. Mermaids, to me, represent something that I think we can find in all of us. Mermaids are beauty, courage, compassion. I think what I really want out of mermaiding is just to let other kids know that it's okay to be different. Embrace it, don't hide it. If there's something that you really want to do, go after it.